And now, ladies and gentlemen, the Theatre Royal is privileged to bring you as your top-of-the-bill entertainment in their famous dramatic sketch, Bridget's Night Out, as presented to King George V and Queen Mary at this year's Royal Variety Performance. Ladies and gentlemen, we are proud to present two of the nicest people in music hall, the world-famous, the legendary Arthur Lucan and Kitty McShane.
Who's there? Bridget, is that you, Bridget? Have you come home yet? Shut the door, the draft's blowing me off my chair. I must have dozed off. That's it, I must have dozed. And no wonder I dozed off. Do you know why I'm not in my bed? My daughter's out. My daughter's out, and here am I sitting here hour after hour, day after day, month after month, waiting for her to come home. Can you beat it? I wonder where she is. I wonder who she's with. I wonder what she's doing. I hope she's all right. If I only knew what time it was, I'd feel more settled in my mind. But I don't know how long she's been out or how long I've been asleep, and I can't read the clock till it strikes. That's where she has me. That's where she has me, and she knows it. I don't know whether it's daytime, nighttime, half-time, lilac time, early closing, or next Wednesday. 1 o'clock. 3 times. I've been sitting there since yesterday. Sitting there since yesterday, waiting for her to come home tonight, and now it's tomorrow. Oh, my God, oh, my only child. Oh, she's never done anything like this before. Something happened to her. She's been abstracted. My only child, gone forever. And when she went home. Oh, my nerves. No child should treat a mother like the way she's treated me. If she doesn't come home soon, I know, I shall have a nervous breakdown. I shall have a total eclipse. I shall go right off the gold standard. I shall have an hysterical rostrum. Ah, my leg! My leg! Somebody's got hold of my leg. I've been reduced. Another disappointment. If only I married the Prince of Wales when I had the chance. I wouldn't be sitting here. Why should I sit here worrying myself to death? I'm going to my bed. That's what I'm doing. I'm going to my bed. Half my life I've waited for a father to come home. I'm not spending the other 3/4 waiting for her to come home. I'm going to my bed. I'll show her. Not to make a fool of a poor mother. A poor mother that's given her life. You can do too much for them. They take advantage. That's what they do. And she's not taking advantage of me. I'm frozen stiff. I've got all September morning. I shall catch pneumonia from this. I can feel the symphonies already. She doesn't care. As long as she's having the time of her life, she simply does not care. And I get so disconsolate when she's gone so late. I had a spanner. Oh. What a masculine relief to get rid of your streamlining. I ought to have done that hours ago. Ought to have done that hours ago. Instead of sitting there in misery. Misery in mind and body that's mental, physical, psychological, zoological, and too much for any woman.
Oh, Nanny, my darling.
My daughter.
Do you know that tonight has been a journey through heaven?
Well, don't get off the bus. You're going straight through to the terminus.
I'll see you later.
Yes, you will. Very much later. You will now see how you lost your father. Seconds out the ring! Seconds out the ring! You missed your cue. I had to say seconds out the ring twice.
I was doing you a favour.
You were doing yourself a favour.
No, I could tell the sparring routine was going well with the audience. So I thought to myself, well, let them get on with it.
Now, to see you getting on with it, I could see you both getting on with it.
Are you jealous?
Perhaps just a little. It's just that I read in the newspaper the other day that you were my wife.
Well, I can't behave like a wife if you can't behave like a husband.
Are you helping him in his career?
Who, Danny?
Oh, they're always called Danny.
That's a nice name. I like it.
What, like some people always call their dogs Rover.
I think he has a great deal of talent.
Do you think so?
I do.
Well, I was watching him working the other night. His timing's so bad he should be working on the railway. He can't sing, he can't dance. Can he play the violin? Oh, no, don't tell me he doesn't know. He's never tried.
You'll see.
What, when you make him into a star?
Well, why not, dear? I made you into a star.
Don't be daft.
Because I admit I had to turn you into an Irish washerwoman to do it, but...
I don't look like a star.
You're not. She's hanging up over there on the coat hanger. That there in the mirror is my husband. Arthur Towell from Boston, Lincolnshire.
Oh, it'll be nice to go back to Boston to see the family.
Go back.
We'll be playing near Boston on the tour.
God, what a dump. It's full of peasants. It even makes Ireland look highly sophisticated.
Well, it's simple peasants like that who pay good money at the box office so you can afford to buy those bloody awful coats, like that one you're wearing now.
Don't you like it?
Seems a terrible waste of harmless tabby cats.
I thought it was rather discreet.
What's it in aid of? Ladies' night, the all-in wrestling.
I'm being taken out to supper.
What, with salt and vinegar?
Hmm.
With him?
We're going to discuss his career.
Will you be using the car, or can you discuss his career on foot?
Well, of course I'll be using the car. Don't worry, you can take the bus.
You'll have to lend me the fare. A whole shilling? Oh, thank you. Is this a present or a loan?
Keep it. Oh, and don't drink too much when you get home. Remember, we got to be up early in the morning.
I ran away from Boston, so I wouldn't have to get up early in the morning.
We're meeting the film producer.
Oh, yes, of course. You're turning us into film stars. I look good on a cigarette can. What do you reckon? Clark Gable, Ronald Colman, Douglas Fairbanks?
Mickey Mouse.
You always spoil it.
Well, I could have said Minnie Mouse. Good night, me lovely one.
I must have dozed off. No wonder I dozed off. Do you know I'm not in my bed? My wife's out. I know where she is. I know who she's with. I know what time it is. I know what they're doing. I hope she's all right.
Oh, don't worry. I've got plenty of money.
I couldn't possibly let
Can you
pay
afford these prices?
No.
Well, then, that's settled. I like things to be settled. You've got a lovely face.
Oh, thank you.
That's true.
Isn't that the sort of thing I should be saying to you?
Well, you may, if you wish.
I think you've got a lovely face.
My God, he's right.
Pardon?
With timing like yours, he should be working on the railways.
Oh, thank you.
Just that you remind me of somebody.
Who?
My son.
You've got a son?
He's not that much younger than you. He's at college. He's going to be a doctor.
I don't believe it. You're not old enough to have a son at college.
Your timing's getting better.
But you're not.
Well, I was only 15 when we married.
Is that legal?
This was in Dublin. Most things were legal in Dublin in 1913.
Is that where you met Mr. Lucan?
Yes, that's where I met him. My father worked backstage at the theatre, and I used to help him. And that's where I first saw Arthur, practicing his funny walks.
Hello. What's your name?
Are you English?
Yes.
I better be going.
Oh, no, don't go. What's your name?
Kitty. Kitty McShane. Same name as my father.
Oh, that's always a good thing.
He works here.
Yes, I've seen him. With his children. He seems to have a lot.
18.
80. You wouldn't be a Catholic family by any chance, would you?
Sure, isn't every family a Catholic family?
Well, no.
Are you a Protestant?
Yes. Well, I mean, if I'm anything.
You're condemned to everlasting damnation.
I know. I'm a comedian. But I'm very kind to old ladies and spaniels.
What sort of names do Protestants have?
Well, I'm called Arthur.
Arthur? Sure, I know Catholics called Arthur.
That's remarkable.
Do you have any other names?
Yes, my real name is Tao. But my stage name is Lucan.
That's not a name, that's a milk bottle.
That's right. See, last time I was in Dublin, I saw this milk float, and it said Lucan on it, and I thought, hey, that's a good name. I'll use that. It was just disappearing around the corner when I saw it. If I'd seen it any earlier, I'd have been called Arthur Horse.
Yes, often you'd seen the horse first.
If I'd have seen the horse first.
Arthur Horse.
I see. You think funny names are funny?
I do.
Well, I think funny walks are funny. You know, where I was born in Boston...
Boston's in America. Your dad's got relations there.
He's probably got relations everywhere. Yeah, well, anyway, this Boston is in Lincolnshire, England.
Was that nice?
Oh, yes. Mind you, I ran away from it, but it's very nice.
Why did you run away from it?
Well, I wanted to stay in bed in the morning and do funny walks in the evening.
She was going to tell me about Boston.
Oh, yes. Well, there was this old lady, you see, and she had a sort of funny walk. And her arms were wrongly, as if her elbows were on the inside, and she used to move them like this. Oh, she had a very funny way of sitting down. Let's see.
What was her name?
Her name was Bridget Snowdrop, Dewdrop, Cough Drop, Tumble Down, Thistle Down, Dairy Down, Shuffle Bottom. You've got a lovely face.
I best be going. I should be helping my ma with the teas.
Oh, yeah, well, with 18 mouths to feed.
And the lodgers.
Lodgers?
We take in theatricals.
Oh, that stopped your mother feeling lonely.
I beg your pardon?
Oh, ignore it. It's just a joke. It sort of dribbled out of my head. I think I need a new washer, but the plumber hasn't sent me the estimate yet.
And don't worry.
Sorry?
About the damnation. I'll pray for you very hard. And it might be all right.
Well, thank you. I've never been prayed for before. And I'd like to avoid damnation.
We married when I was 15. Our son was born 2 years later. And it all happened over 20 years ago. And we mustn't let it spoil our evening.
It isn't. It's a wonderful evening.
Yes. And I still think you've got a lovely face.
What about my performance?
That remains to be seen.
You said, come out for a meal with me and we'll discuss your performance.
Very well. Are you brave and strong?
I'm not sure.
All right. Your performance. Your timing's bad. You can't sing, you can't dance. Can you play the violin?
No.
Wrong.
But I can't play the violin.
Holy Mother of God.
But I can't.
When I say, can you play the violin, you're supposed to say, I don't know, I never tried.
Why?
Because you're supposed to be a pro. Now, what's wrong?
Did you really mean all that about the singing and the dancing and the timing?
That was the opinion of a major star of variety.
Holy Mother of God. Do you think you might give me the money so that I could pay?
Oh, so's I don't offend your male dignity.
Or something like that?
Listen to me. I do a lot of things that offend people. I leave my husband at home whilst I go out with a gentleman young enough to be my son. I do that because my husband is older than me, with simple tastes, like sitting by the fireside with his slippers and his corkscrew. That's him, and this is me, Kitty McShane, now starring at the Theatre Royal. And when I go on stage, I don't dress up as an old lady. I just dress up as me. On stage or off, it's always me. And if people don't like me, then bugger them, because they're about £10,000 too late. Waiter? And don't forget me, lovely young man. At least half of that bill was paid for by the bloods and the genius of Arthur Lucan. Keep the change.
Thank you. You love him, don't you?
Well, of course I love him. Isn't he me husband? And aren't I a good Catholic wife? He's the only great man I've ever met in all my life. And he can't manage without me. But don't worry, my precious one. There's always room in the theatre for beautiful young men who can't sing and can't dance and never try to play the violin. Come on. It's time to test your strength.
She doesn't care. As long as she's having the time of her life, she simply does not care. And I get so disconsolate when she's consoled. I think I'll go to bed.
Lights, please.
Right, where do we pick it up from?
Arthur's waiting for his daughter to come through the door.
Well, then the big row, followed by the demolition and the sentimental song to finish.
That's what it says down there, providing they stick to the script, of course.
We never had a script. It's all up there. I use the bonnet to keep it warm.
You should be half undressed, Mr. Lucan.
Well, that's nice of you to say so. It's a bit early in the day, and you'll find it's another disappointment. You don't believe me?
That's perfect.
And the name is Arthur.
Where's Kitty?
My wife is having lunch with one of her boyfriends.
Your wife is alive and well and ready to start work, and put that woman down after her. You don't know who's had her laugh. Mind you, you're perfectly safe with him, dear. Mark my words.
All right, can we have opening positions, please, Arthur, Kitty?
Miss McShane, I think.
Did you have a nice lunch?
Excellent.
Pity you had to skip the afters.
Shut up.
So's mine. Must be the cold weather.
All right, everybody, we're picking up the sketch midway. We'll do the master shot, then cutaways tomorrow. Kitty, Miss McShane, you should be outside the door.
I know the story. I've performed it over 10,000 times.
When I say seconds out the ring, you come on.
All right, everybody, we'll go for a take.
Red light and bell.
Turn over. Speed. Market. 138. Take one.
And action.
Seconds out the ring.
Will you do me a favor? Hang about for a while. I want to see if the coast is clear. Mother? It's all right. Mother's in dreamland.
Your mother's in dreamland, is she? Well, have you ever seen a dream walking? Get ready for the last roundup. Old Faithful's going to have a busy day.
Now, listen to me, Mother. If you strike me, I'll fetch the police.
Don't bother, I can manage on my own. Thank you very much. Whoopee!
But, Mother, I haven't been out long.
You haven't been out long.
No, Mummy.
Look at that calendar. What does that big word say?
It just says March.
March. And you went out on Boxing Day.
I know I did.
I'll give you Boxing Day.
Oh, No, Mummy. Precious jewel of the whole wide world.
You'll pay for that.
I pay for what?
I want an explanation. I demand an explanation. Where have you been? Who have you been with? What have you been doing? It's a lie.
Oh, Mother, I can explain everything. I can tell you the whole story. I can give you every last detail.
So you won't talk, eh?
Of course I'll talk.
You're ashamed to talk. You brought disgrace upon my name and my home.
Oh, how did I bring disgrace upon you? I did nothing wrong.
You did nothing wrong.
I did nothing wrong.
You've done nothing.
No, Mummy.
Nothing.
I'm telling you now, I've done nothing wrong.
Are you going to stand there and tell me you're going to disappoint all my neighbors? Oh, daughter. Any girl that's out at 3 o'clock in the morning is up to no good.
How do you know?
From experience.
Oh, it's a waste of time talking to you, Mother. Other girls can have all the freedom in the world, but with you, life's not worthwhile living.
Don't do that with that.
Why shouldn't I do that with that?
My sole support on a Saturday night.
I'm going to bed.
And don't go to bed yet, daughter.
Why shouldn't I go to bed?
We mustn't say good night feeling all cantankerous and exonerated. Don't go to bed yet.
Well...
I have something for you.
Oh?
Something I've been saving up since last Christmas.
You've got something for me, Mother.
I have.
Oh, Mummy. What is it?
A special surprise. The washing up.
I suppose you think that's a funny joke.
I find it mildly rhetorical, yes.
Well, if that's rhetorical, then San Ferrian.
Don't mention that woman's name in my home.
Oh, why shouldn't I say San Ferrian?
She had a bad name when I was in the wax.
She had a bad name, and I suppose you think you're a good woman, but you're not. You're a hard woman. I have to work every day at 8 o'clock in the morning, and no matter how tired I want to come home, I gotta wash up. You never even think of taking the dish cloth and hanging it on the line to dry, and then you phone me and say, no,
what have you done? Oh, this is terrible. Oh, Miss Son and Miss Mom, oh, I should never, ever ask you to do it. Oh, my dear. Oh, what a terrible thing to have a daughter that's such.
Mother, you've forgotten this.
My favorite flower pot. Don't tell me. Let me guess.
Oh, what does it matter? Do you know what I'm going to do, Mother? I'm going to smash every pot in the house.
Don't you dare go into my bedroom. I'm going to my bed. That's what I'm doing. I'm going to my bed. I'll speak to you in the morning.
Good night, Mother. You can talk to me when you're sober. Oh, Mommy, darling, you've hurt yourself.
I've broken my leg. Thank you very much.
Oh, no, not really.
Yes, I have. My leg's gone. I've never the poor old leg. I've never seen again. Oh, dear.
Oh, Mother, what's to become of you with a broken leg?
I'll have to be shot or scratched.
Oh, Mother. Oh, Mommy. I didn't think it was funny to see you falling down the stairs and hurting yourself. And I know that it's wrong for any girl to go out and stay out until 3 o'clock in the morning. And I'll never do it again. Never. Oh, Mother. Oh, Mommy. Don't you know that I've been wishing a really gorgeous wish for you all day?
Oh, bless you, daughter. A gorgeous wish for me. What's the wish?
I've been wishing that my father was alive.
So you wish me bad luck, would you? What have I done? Oh, daughter, why didn't you stop me? Don't you realize what this is? This is my home. Everything I've got. Oh, daughter, I'm tired.
There, Mommy, darling. Sit down.
Why didn't I go to bed?
Be quiet now, and I'll sing to you.
Will you? Will you do that?
Good night, Mother. All my prayers are for you. Good night, Mother. I'll be watching o'er you. Tears and parting may make us forlorn, but with the dawn a new day is born. So I'll say...
And cut.
Cut? What do you mean, cut? I got 2 more bloody verses.
We'll shoot those tomorrow when we do the close-ups.
Thank God for small mercies.
And you can shut up as well. Nobody has the courtesy to tell me anything.
All right, take a break, everybody. That was wonderful, Arthur.
Thank you.
Thank you, Miss McShane.
Now, I don't know if it was any good or not, but you can certainly see where we've been.
But of course it was good. It's always good. Didn't I tell you we'd be famous?
Tea, Miss McShane?
No, thank you. It looks disgusting.
Arthur?
Oh, thank you. Oh, tea's horrible.
Don't drink it.
Seems a pity to waste it. Somebody made it. Oh, I've got a new name.
What do you mean?
Well, not me, I mean her. For the posters, publicity. I'm calling her Old Mother Riley.
That's very good. Old Mother Riley and her daughter Kitty. That's very clever.
Just dribbled out of my head.
What goes on in that funny old head of yours, Arthur? I sometimes wonder who you are.
Me? I'm Arthur Town. Arthur Lucan. Old Mother Riley. Sometimes I think I'm a bit of each.
Yes, that just about sums it up, doesn't it? A bit of each. Oh, Holy Mother of God. A broken-hearted clown.
Holy Mother of God. Broken-hearted clown. Oh, hello, Frank.
What did the doctor say?
Oh, bad news.
Oh?
He said by the end of the week I can pay for my own beer.
Oh.
Excuse me.
You wouldn't be jugglers by any chance, would you?
Yes, the great Sant'Angelo.
And Diane.
The real name's Charlie Smethurst. For contract purposes, we've come to audition.
Contracts and auditions are all dealt with by Kitty McShane Productions.
She isn't here yet. I'm Arthur, and this is Frank.
Agent Juvenile and company manager.
How'd you do?
Well, do you fancy giving us a free sample?
And we'll try and slip a word in edgeways with the management.
Oh, thanks very much.
Do you know any juggling music?
What sort of juggling music? Wagner, Beethoven, Andrews Sisters?
The Glasgow Empire.
She's Roma.
Right. The great Sant'Angelo.
And Diane.
And Diane.
Oh, I love a bit of juggling first thing in the morning.
Who the hell are they?
The great Sant'Angelo and Diane. Juggling speciality. Looking for work.
You there. Can you juggle on your own?
Well, yes, I suppose so, yes.
You're hired. You, dear, will have to go back to Wigan and find yourself another set of balls.
But it's a double act.
Not anymore, it isn't.
To Miss McShane.
Now, you may have heard from some of your friends in the business that I'm a right bloody cow. Well, it's true. I am a right bloody cow. 20 weeks on the #1 circuit, take it or leave it. That's a ring, Birkenhead.
Oh, I wish it were Birkenhead.
Frank, would you ask my husband to take you and him both through the top of the show? got a lovely face.
Miss McShane?
Charlie?
Arthur, Kitty suggests we run through the opening of the show.
What, rehearsal?
For Tommy.
Well, I don't know whether I can remember it or not. Well, we start on the village green. All the boys and girls in pretty dresses. Opening chorus. Old Mother Riley's cottage over there. Oh, Frank, you come on from down there, dressed in your mayor's outfit. And your name is Mr. Weston.
Is it?
Yes, don't forget that, Mr. Weston.
Weston got it.
A couple of gags and then the big build-up for old Mother Riley. You know the sort of thing.
Yeah, the opening chorus. Thank you, boys and girls. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the show.
Yes, you do that.
It's really grand to be back here in, wherever it is. I am the mayor of this village, and my name is Mr. Weston. A couple of gags. And without more ado, I am going to introduce you to the most famous inhabitant of our village. Her name is Old Mother Riley. And just over there, you can see her cottage. I could say it's got hot and cold running water down all the walls. What do you think?
Please yourself, I wouldn't use that one. I prefer to live.
Yeah, well, I might try. And here she is now, the one and only, the legendary, your favourite and mine, Old Mother Riley.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and thank you, boys and girls, and thank you, Mr. Weston. You're really Superman.
Oh, Christ.
What's the matter?
Oh, Weston Super Mayor.
Well, it went down well in Gateshead. And now you ask me what I'm going to do.
What are you going to do for us, Old Mother Riley?
Well, I thought whilst we're waiting for my darling, beautiful daughter, Kitty, I'd sing you a little song. It's a song I first sang 50 years ago, and I hope it will be popular soon. Thank you, Mr. Barbarolli. When Kitty began to go courting, I always was anxious to tell how certain young fellows would want her to stray down the pathway to hell. So this is what I'd always see. Your hand on your face, cover it well with your palm. Keep your hand on your halfpenny, and Kitty will come to no harm. All together now. Keep your hand on your halfpenny, cover it well with your palm. Keep your hand.
You ask my husband, what the hell is going on?
What the hell's going on, Arthur?
Rehearsing, that's what the hell is going on.
We're rehearsing.
And what was he rehearsing?
What were you rehearsing?
A song?
A song.
A song.
A song?
You call that a song?
Call that a song?
This is bloody ridiculous.
And you can take a 10-minute break. That's how long we're going to need for the row. That is a disgusting song, and I refuse to have it in the show.
Your wife doesn't like the song.
Tell my wife I'm legendary and still keeping her in mink coats.
Your husband's legendary and likes the song.
Bollocks.
Your wife respectfully disagrees.
You may also tell him that this show is the responsibility of Kitty McShane Productions. I am answerable to theatre managements and watch committees. If he wants to do material like that, he should go and work for Frank Randall.
Your wife doesn't like the
Tell
song.
my wife that I've been working for her for over 35 years. Tell her I'm overwhelmed, overcome, overweight, over 60, and overworked.
He says that's all right about the song. Don't worry about it.
Good. That's settled. I like things to be settled.
May I ask a question?
Are you asking me or him?
Both of you. Why not speak to each other?
Oh, a hard question.
That's none of your damned business.
Wrong.
Plead insanity, Frank. It's your only chance.
Listen. I like you two. Admire you. Yes, and I love you both as well.
Jesus.
Good. It's probably more than you deserve. And I need this tour. My God, I need it. I've authentic letters from 2 ex-wives and 3 ex-bank managers to prove it. But if the price of touring is acting as referee while you two tear each other's guts to pieces, well, I'd rather settle for a split week playing Labour clubs in the northeast.
May the Lord have mercy on your soul.
So why not speak to each other? It'd save a lot of time, and it might help preserve my sanity, such as it is.
Since we started making films, Frank, we've never been out the top 10 box office. One year I was second only after George Formby.
Me, I've never even made a film. I nearly had a non-speaking drowning part in which we serve. That's been my movie career.
No, it isn't me, Frank. It's her. You know, people wait at the stage door for old Mother Riley. And when I come out, they say, excuse me, where's old Mother Riley? I say, I'm old Mother Riley. And they don't believe me. Another disappointment.
I put us there. The film companies say to me, we want to make another Mother Riley film. I say, oh, no, you don't. You want to make 3 Mother Riley films. And lo, they make 3 Mother Riley films.
And you're both as miserable as buggery.
Not me. I have a fine time. I love spending the money.
When you're together?
Oh, yes. That's a great disappointment.
But it must have been good once upon a time.
Oh, yes.
Yes, she's right about that. The early days. Rehearsing Bridget's night out. Now, that was a good time. The best. You brought disgrace upon my name and my home.
How did I bring disgrace upon you? I did nothing wrong.
You did nothing wrong.
I did nothing wrong.
You've done nothing.
No, Mother. I'm
Nothing.
telling you now. Oh, God. Oh, I'm sorry.
It's all right. Let's try it again. On your feet this time. All right. Now, take a deep breath. Are you ready? Go.
How did I bring disgrace upon you? I did nothing wrong.
You did nothing wrong.
I did nothing wrong.
You've done nothing.
No, Mother.
Nothing.
I'm telling you now, I've done nothing wrong.
You've got to stand there. Tell me you're going to disappoint all my neighbors. Oh. Now, that was perfect.
Honest?
You are now the best feed in the business.
Oh, Mother.
Oh, Doctor. Well, that was over a quarter of a century ago. Now, I'm frightened. Frightened of Kitty. Frightened of her. Without them, the both of them, I'm nothing.
Without him, I'm just a speck of dust from Ireland. And without me, he'd probably die.
Oh, come in, Frank. That's not Frank. I recognize the face, but I can't quite put a name to it.
I want to speak to you.
You want to speak to me? Well, you're too old to be pregnant, so it must be money.
Shut up, you bloody fool.
We've been on speaking terms for 15 seconds, and now you tell me to shut up.
Well, you try to turn everything into a joke.
It's my job. So, what's it that's so important you're prepared to speak to me again?
I think we should separate.
Well, I thought we had. I mean, not speaking for 6 months is sort of the next best thing.
Totally. Permanently.
What? Stop living together, stop working together, everything?
Everything.
Would that include divorce?
We married in the Catholic Church, or have you forgotten?
Well, it was all in Latin, or was it Irish? I had no idea what was going on. I saw the people queuing up outside, and I
thought it was the all-in wrestling.
Oh, it must be years since I worked that gag. I love old jokes. It's like walking round the corner and meeting a friend you haven't seen for 20 years.
So what do you think?
Yes, dear, that'll be all right.
Is that all?
I think so, yes.
We're married for the best part of 40 years. I tell you it's over when you say, yes, dear, that'll be all right. Look at you. You're like a little old woman. But you carry your bag and you're packing a sodden woodbine. Why don't you fight back?
I've always tried to do what you wanted. I thought that was what marriage was all about. Mind you, it was all in Latin, or was it Irish? I don't know. I'm sorry, Kitty. I can't help it. I'm a comedian, a court jester.
I never met a comedian yet who wasn't a drunk or a lunatic.
You ever been to Blackpool?
We played Blackpool over 3,000 times.
You buy a stick of rock, it says Blackpool down the middle.
I know that.
You break me down the middle, it says comedian. Not my choice, God decided. Comedian.
What does it say when you break me down the middle?
It'll say Kitty McShane. And consider yourself very lucky.
Wrong again, Arthur. It might just say Kitty McShane Productions.
Oh, mother of God, you've made a joke. After 40 years, mind you had to break a marriage.
Except I'm not joking. I might be taking a show on the road myself.
What a new show. They're all the rage these days. Oh, but not you, Kitty. Spare the customers.
Not a nude show. I haven't decided on the title yet. It might be something like Old Mother Riley's Continental Review.
You'll go on the road with an Old Mother Riley show?
My company apparently owns the rights to the name.
I see. With a highly talented young man with a lovely face to play my part?
I've never been short of a young man with a lovely face to play your part, Arthur.
Right. You'll get your fight. You'll get one hell of a bloody fight. Because me plus her can take on anybody in this business. In fact, my advice to you, Kitty, is don't do it. Your beautiful boy, whoever he is, will take a bad beating.
We'll see. And you're quite content for me to do all the paperwork?
Well, it's what you're best at.
Right then. Good night, Mummy, darling.
Good night, daughter. Take a show on the road. We'll fight them. At the Bolton Hippodrome, the Grand Theatre Biker, the Tivoli at Hull. We will never surrender. Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of the Glasgow Empire, I will fear no rival, for thou art not with me. Another disappointment. Hello, Frank. Everything all right?
Fine. Well, first night in Hull. Can't leave anything to chance.
Don't knock it, Frank. There'll be fellas out there tonight, straight off the trawlers. 3 weeks in the Arctic Circle, catching fish for you and me to eat in the little shop down the corner. And you to pay for, of course.
That's all right.
I'm not even sure if I can pay for my digs this week. Still, it's better than catching fish in the bloody Arctic Circle, so don't you forget it.
Sorry, teacher.
Come on, I've got some cold tea in the dressing room. Oh, I know exactly where I went wrong, Frank. When me and Kitty separated, the agreement said that I would pay her 75% of my earnings.
Good wages for doing nothing.
But then, because I owed the taxman some money, I agreed to pay them 50% of my earnings.
Well, that doesn't add up.
Oh, yes, it does. It adds up all right. It means I was living on minus 25% of my earnings.
What about the bad news?
I've had an offer to make another film.
Oh, congratulations.
It means I'll be totally out of debt by the time I'm 103. So count your blessings, Frank.
You're a battler, aren't you?
Kitty never thought so. She used to yell and scream at me, and all I ever said was, "Yes, dear, that'll be all right." Drove her bloody mad.
Funny how we spend so much time talking about her.
You know that first tour you joined us on?
Yes.
Kitty McShane Productions was taking £1,000 a week. I was getting paid 30.
That's criminal.
It's only money. I was all prepared to have a row with her, but when the time came, all I said was, "Yes, dear, that'll be all right."
Overture on beginners, please.
That's you, Frank.
Fish and chips after.
Good lad. See you on the village green. Good luck, son. Oh. Oh, I'll have a lie in the morning. I ran away from Boston so I could stay in bed in the morning and do funny walks in the evening. Was it worth it? On your way, Riley. On your way.
And it's really grand to be back in Hull again. I knew I was back when I opened the window of the digs and I could hear the birds coughing. I am the mayor of this village, and my name is Mr. Weston. This is my corporation, and this is my chain of office. Pull the chain and you get a final demand for the watering. But the most famous inhabitant of our village is a lady you all know and love. And she lives just over there in that little cottage. And her name is Old Mother Riley. And I do believe here she is now. Let's have a great big Hull welcome for the one and only, your favourite and mine, Old Mother Riley! Oh, don't say she's got locked in her laboratory again. Old Mother Riley!
I received the news and naturally travelled up from London immediately to take charge of the funeral arrangements.
You must be very distressed, Miss McShane.
But of course I'm distressed. This is a highly emotional time for me. Mind you, serves him right. I always said he could not manage without me. We separate for 1 year and now he's dead. What's more, he picks a place like Hull to die in. Typical.
It is said you quarrelled a great deal.
But of course we quarrelled. How can you have blood in your veins and not quarrel? He was a great man. The greatest. Write that down in your newspaper. And Kitty McShane it was that made him great. And he paid the price in blood. And so did I. And I'm buggered if I'm answering any more of your damn fool questions. It's time for the top of the bill.
I must have dozed off. That's it. I must have dozed off. And no wonder I dozed off. I'm being consecrated. Consecrated, desiccated, corrugated, fumigated. NBG, RSVP, QED, RIP. I wonder where I am. I wonder who I'm with. Wonder what I'm doing. I hope I'm all right. $1:00 3 times. 1:00 many times. I don't know whether it's daytime, nighttime, half-time, full-time, last orders, please, or the epilogue. Oh, I'm frozen stiff. I've got all September mornish. I shall get pneumonia from this. I can feel the symphonies already. I shall catch my death. I wonder where I'm going. I wonder who I'll be with. I wonder what I'll be doing. I hope I'll be all right. On your way, Riley. On your way.
Good night, Mommy darling.
Good night, Doctor.